What does it mean to be the greatest weapon? Is it raw destructive power, the ability to change history, or something else entirely? Today, we're diving deep into the world of weaponry, exploring the most powerful, most revolutionary, and most specialized tools of conflict ever created. From the titans of modern warfare to the game changers of history, let's begin our countdown of the world's greatest weapons. First up, the undisputed kings of modern firepower. When you think of ultimate power, one weapon stands above all: the nuclear bomb. Specifically, the Tsar Bomba. Detonated by the Soviet Union in 1961, it unleashed a yield of 50 megatons, equivalent to 50 million tons of TNT. That's over 3,300 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The mushroom cloud soared 40 miles high, and the shockwave circled the Earth 3 times. The Tsar Bomba was a demonstration of terrifying power, a weapon so destructive, it has hopefully made large-scale global warfare unthinkable. Its existence defines the modern doctrine of mutually assured destruction, making it the most powerful weapon ever built. But power isn't just about a single, massive explosion. It's about control and reach. Enter the aircraft carrier. It's not just a ship, it's a floating city, an airfield, and a symbol of global power projection. A modern Nimitz-class or Ford-class carrier from the U.S. Navy can carry over 75 aircraft, from fighter jets to reconnaissance planes. Protected by a fleet of destroyers, cruisers, and submarines, a carrier strike group can project overwhelming force anywhere in the world. It can launch airstrikes, enforce no-fly zones, and deliver humanitarian aid. It is a mobile piece of sovereign territory that allows a nation to command the seas and skies far from its own shores. This ability to project power anywhere, anytime, makes the aircraft carrier a dominant force in modern geopolitics. From the sea, let's go beneath it. We're talking about nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines, or SSBs. These are the ultimate stealth weapons. A submarine like the American Ohio-class or the Russian Bory-class can stay submerged for months, completely hidden from the world. Each one carries up to 20 for submarine-launched ballistic missiles, and each missile can carry multiple nuclear warheads, capable of striking targets thousands of miles away. They are the most survivable leg of the nuclear triad, ensuring a devastating retaliatory strike is always possible. Their silent, unseen presence is a constant, powerful deterrent, making them one of the most strategically significant weapons on the planet. Now, let's shift gears and travel back in time. Power isn't always modern. Some weapons were so revolutionary they didn't just win battles. They rewrote the rules of history itself. Let's start with something simple but profound: the longbow. In the hands of a skilled English archer during the 100 Years' War, the longbow was a medieval machine gun, made from a single piece of yew. It could fire arrows with enough force to pierce a knight's armor from over 100 yards away. At battles like Crécy and Agincourt, waves of French knights, the tanks of their day, were cut down by relentless volleys of arrows. The longbow shattered the dominance of the heavily armored nobleman on the battlefield. It empowered the common foot soldier and fundamentally changed the social and military structure of medieval Europe. It proved that technology and training could overcome brute force and noble birthright. Fast forward a few centuries to the invention of gunpowder. While its discovery in China was ancient, its application in cannons truly changed the world. Before cannons, castles were the ultimate defense. Their thick stone walls could withstand sieges for years. But the arrival of massive siege cannons, like the ones used by the Ottoman Empire to conquer Constantinople in 1453, rendered those walls obsolete. The cannons pulverized fortifications that had stood for 1,000 years. This single event marked the end of the medieval era and the decline of feudal power structures. Suddenly, no castle was safe, and centralized states with the resources to build powerful artillery began to dominate. Next, we have a weapon that made the world smaller and empires larger: the steam-powered, iron-hulled warship. Think of the HMS Dreadnought, launched by Britain in 1906. It was so advanced that it made every other battleship in the world instantly obsolete. Powered by steam turbines and armed with an all-big gun armament, it was faster, more powerful, and better armored than anything that came before. These iron behemoths allowed colonial powers to project force across vast oceans, enforce their will, and build global empires. They were the aircraft carriers of their day, symbols of industrial might and naval supremacy that defined international relations for decades. Finally, let's look at a weapon that brought war to the skies: the fighter plane. In World War I, aircraft were initially used for reconnaissance. But it wasn't long before pilots started trying to shoot each other down. The invention of the synchronization gear, which allowed a machine gun to fire through a moving propeller, turned the airplane into a true weapon of war. Aces like the Red Baron became legends. By World War II, air superiority became the deciding factor in almost every major battle. Planes like the Spitfire, the Mustang, and the Zero weren't just fighting each other. They were sinking ships, destroying tanks, and bombing cities. The airplane changed the battlefield from a two-dimensional plane to a three-dimensional space. And its dominance continues to this day. So we've seen the most powerful and the most revolutionary. But greatness can also be found in specialization and in the technologies of tomorrow. Let's start with a weapon that's small, smart, and deadly, the FGM-148 Javelin. This is a man-portable, fire-and-forget anti-tank missile. What makes it so great? Its top attack capability. An operator points, locks on, and fires. The missile then shoots upwards before plunging down to strike the top of a tank, where the armor is thinnest. It is an intelligent weapon that allows a small infantry team to destroy a multi-million-dollar main battle tank from a safe distance. In recent conflicts, the Javelin has proven incredibly effective, becoming a giant slayer on the modern battlefield and a symbol of asymmetric warfare. Now let's talk about something you can't see: cyber weapons. In our hyper-connected world, code can be more damaging than a bomb. A sophisticated piece of malware, like Stuxnet, can infiltrate and physically destroy critical infrastructure like nuclear centrifuges without a single shot being fired. State-sponsored hacking groups can shut down power grids, cripple financial systems, and steal national secrets. Cyber warfare is the new, invisible front line. It's a domain where a few brilliant programmers can project power on a global scale, making it one of the most critical and fast-evolving areas of modern conflict. Looking to the future, we have directed energy weapons, or lasers. For decades, they've been the stuff of science fiction, but now they are becoming a reality. Systems like the U.S. Navy's Laser Weapon System, or LAWS, can shoot down drones and disable small boats with a silent, invisible beam of light. The advantages are huge. The cost per shot is incredibly low, just the price of the electricity. And the magazine is virtually unlimited as long as you have power. As the technology matures, lasers could offer a revolutionary defense against missiles, drones, and aircraft, changing the economics and speed of warfare forever. Finally, we have the rise of autonomous weapons, or AI-powered drones. We're moving beyond remote-controlled drones to systems that can independently search for, identify, and engage targets based on program criteria. Think of a swarm of small, intelligent drones that can coordinate to overwhelm an enemy's defenses. The ethical questions are enormous, and the debate around killer robots is intense. But the military potential is undeniable. The ability to deploy intelligent, autonomous systems that can operate faster than human reaction times could represent the next great revolution in warfare, as significant as the invention of gunpowder or the airplane. From the raw power of the Tsar Bomba to the historical impact of the longbow, and the future potential of AI-powered swarms, the concept of the greatest weapon is complex. It's a story of power, innovation, and the constant, often terrifying, evolution of human ingenuity. What do you think is the greatest weapon of all time? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through military history and technology, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives. See you next time.